This guy's very funny bloke. He's been getting around Brisbane, crushing it, opening for some big name acts around the place as well. Please, go nuts, clap and cheer, and welcome Sandeep Totlani, everybody.
Hello everyone, my name is Sandeep Totlani. Today I'm just gonna give you a sneak peek into what I do, who I am, and what my story is.
As some of you can tell from my accent or the way I look, I'm from India. I know what you guys are thinking now, it's gonna get dark and spicy in here. It fucking will, yeah.
Moved to Australia about 10 years ago now. Came here to study, fell in love with this country and decided I want to stay. Apart from being an immigrant, I'm also a dad, a husband, a son, and a healthcare professional. I'm a stand-up comedian as well.
There's like so many things that were weird to me when I first moved to Australia. Like you've got the kangaroo crossing and koala crossing signs, but they're all in the 80 and the 100k zones. I don't know if you want me to slow down or run them over. I keep hitting these koalas on my path. I like to think it's a population thing. We do that with people in India. We got 1 billion of them. They keep fucking reincarnating. So. Might as well have a little fun with it, eh?
Why I started it was I saw Russell Peters, like many other Indians. That was my first exposure to stand-up comedy, and I was looking at this guy on YouTube who looked like me. He could engage crowds, and so I was like, if this guy can do it, I can do it. Like I didn't think it was gonna be that hard, but it obviously is. Happened to enter an open mic competition 10 years ago where I got wild carded into the semi-finals or the final, something like that. And then, once I was there, I just enjoyed being on stage, being able to speak my mind, which was what I was looking for when I moved to Australia, because it was a new country with a completely different culture, and I was always like a shy kid growing up. This was my way of trying to blend into the Australian culture and meet people from different walks of life. I just loved that like a shy fat kid from India could get some attention from complete strangers, for even if it was only for 5 minutes. And I just feel powerful when I'm on stage, so that's why I do stand up.
It's always good to get appreciated by white people. Yeah, part of me just thinks I've made it. And then I go back home to my wife and she's like, no sex for you tonight. And I'm like, yeah, fucking reality.
I could have chosen a different art form. Maybe I was not very talented. I thought in other things, in other art forms. I never painted, never played any musical instrument growing up. But I could talk, and I made my friends laugh and stuff. Once I did it, I just fell in love with being on stage and doing comedy. Not a lot of people understand how stand-up works, people who don't do stand-up. So including my family, including my wife, they don't get it that why would you travel an hour to do a 5-minute gig that doesn't pay you 4 times a week? Who would do that? Who in the right frame of mind does that ever, when you've got a stable job and a family and a wife and stuff to look after, and or you can spend time doing literally anything more productive than that.
I love living on the Gold Coast. A lot of people, like my friends and family, they call me from India. I've been really happy since moving to Australia. So they ask me this, they're like, what's so great about Australia? Why are you so happy? You haven't got residency. It's been 8 years. It might take a couple of more years. Just come back to India. It's not that bad. And I'm like, are you kidding me? 1/3 of 1.4 billion people in India go to sleep hungry every night, and this is how I look? And when I order my coffee in the morning, a white lady takes my order. I fucking made it in life, man. Like, I'd take pictures of that, send it on my family WhatsApp group. My dad replies with a thumbs up and hashtag made it. That's where you want to be.
Growing up, I saw extreme patriarchy. You have to understand, like, Indian patriarchy is like not just any patriarchy. Like, patriarchy in the Asian countries is to a different level. So, like, when you're the patriarch of the family, you pretty much dictate the rules of the family, from what your kid's gonna wear, to where your kid's gonna go to school, to what you're gonna eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, to, like, pretty much, like, it's not just like, the important stuff. It's just like everything's micromanaged for you. I don't blame anyone. It was just like, whatever was the society. So it was just like, everyone was a product of their upbringing, as am I. But yeah, I think that sort of made me a very shy person. Like, I would keep to myself, not express a lot of my feelings and everything. Whatever I was thinking, it was bottled up inside me, and I was it's not so much a release, so to say, but it was more of an opportunity for me to vocalize my thoughts. Like, it was more like, just saying stuff out loud that I was feeling, trying to make it funny. Obviously, the Indian society at the time did not have a lot of focus on art, especially like, performance art like this. Like, it was like, if you're the spoiled kid of the family who doesn't want to do anything, then you enter to arts. That was what we were taught, like, growing up. Arts is for losers. That's what it was. But yeah, I used to write what we call in India is shairi. Shairi is like an Urdu term, but it's like slam poetry. Basically, it's like 4, 5, 6 lines, or like a short sort of poem. A lot of shairi is meant to be like thought-provoking in one way or the other, but I always just wanted to make it like funny, like, because I just wanted to make people laugh. Like, I just enjoyed when people laughed with me, or even at me at the time. Like, I didn't know any different at the time, so I was just like, yeah, I just like to see people laugh. So I did write a few shairis and stuff. I used to host some events when I was in like university, so I did perform a couple of times, but I never really thought that it'll go any further than just college at the time. Sort of like the seed was planted, and then you just blossom later on. I have done Hindi stand-up when I went to India a few times. It was hit and miss. Some of the gigs were really good, the other were something you could forget, maybe. But I was very green at the time, like, I was very raw. It was only like second or third year of my stand-up, and I thought I could do better because I'm doing stand-up in Australia. But no, the stage shows you where you belong every time. But my goal in the next near future, maybe in the next 2 years or so, is to do one show in 2 languages, like in English and Hindi. It'll be good fun and good experience to be able to do that. The most recent thing that's happened in my life probably is being dad to my twin daughters. It's been a blessing for us, but also a curse, like, because there's 2 of them, and it's always a handful. It's twice the fun. It's twice as hard as well. My favorite part of being girl dad is I get to look at life that I never really looked at like before, because being a male, or especially coming from a country like India, which is predominantly male orientated society, like, I guess I had it very easy. But now having like 2 girls, I think I'll look at life a lot differently. I think I'm a lot more patient. I always thought that patience was my virtue, but I never realized that it actually was not until I had like kids, and now having having had kids has changed my perspective altogether. It's made me look at world differently. I never used to think about like the world, like things like environment and stuff. I was never really big on that, but now that I've got kids, I want to leave them a world which they can enjoy, just like our generation and the generations before did. So that's probably for the better. My daughters are like the center of my universe now. I was telling someone, I just love them so much. I try to spend every waking moment with them. Even when I'm at work, I'm thinking about them constantly, what they would have been doing, if they've hit their milestones, and I've missed them. I'm home a lot more now, which is definitely a change. Like, I never used to be home, even though like me and my wife spent a lot of time together, but it was just very different after my daughters. I just want to come straight home. I don't want to go anywhere, do anything else, just be home. My favorite part is just watching them grow. Probably the best part is when on the weekends or in the night before I put them to bed, like we've got this time, like half an hour, 40 minutes, they just want to play with me. Even on the weekends when we wake up, we just play in bed. Being a parent, you experience life in its most raw form. Building a personality for like a little kid is in your hands. Sometimes I feel that that's too much of a responsibility, but then it's a lot of fun as well. There's a lot of funny, hilarious things that come out. A lot of my friends who are also stand-up comics told me when my daughters were born that we gave birth to new material for comedy shows. So like, some of it has already transpired onto stage, so that's a lot of fun. I do a lot of comedy about cultural differences. Previously I used to go out and I used to experience that cultural difference. Now my daughters, because they were born in Australia, I can see that how they're growing up to be Aussie. There's like a cultural difference between me and my daughters already, even though they're 13 months old. The way we were brought up, I feel it was very loose. I think, like, our parents, even though they were doing the best they could, I'm sure like every other parents try to do the best they can. I think they had a lot more support when like they had the extended family. So I come from a joint family background in India. So when I was growing up, there was a lot more people to take care of one kid or two kids, whereas over here it's just me and my wife. We just constantly in survival mode, pretty much. It's just more full on, I feel, for us. We make sure that they talk to the extended family and stay connected. So, and we plan to take them to India as well when the opportunity comes, so they can connect with the roots and the culture. Kavya and Aditi, if you ever listen back to this, I love you both the most, and more than anything else in the world. My plan is to tell them that India is the best country ever. Hopefully that's going to be my next show. It's going to be all about being a twin dad and like also like an immigrant dad. But yeah, let's see how we go. There's no plans to life. That's the fun part of my life right now, that I can't, even though I try and I'll try my hardest to make a plan, but you can't stick to it because it comes back to having twin girls. It's their plan, not mine, like how my life goes. Because there's been times where we've made plans, me and my wife, we make a plan, we get everything ready, you even reach that place, but you have to come back because the girls just decided that that's how it's gonna be. So let's see how we go. I mean, I don't know what life's got in store. Would really like to keep doing this stand-up, and hopefully I can come to a city near you guys, wherever you're watching. And I think that should be enough of me. Take care of you, and take care of your loved ones. That's it from me.
I came to Brisbane first because I love racism. And I was like, I'm gonna get the organic shit. I'm gonna go to the source. None of that Melbourne and Sydney pseudo shit for me. So, yeah, I was in Brisbane for about 7 years, right? I was trying to get my residency over here, and then the government was like, we don't have no jobs for immigrants over here. We need you to move somewhere regional. So now I live on the Gold Coast. Apparently Gold Coast is regional. It's great, it's got good weed. Yeah, this is how I knew I was accepted in the Gold Coast. First day of moving into my apartment building, I get a knock on my door, I go ahead, open the door, there was this guy, he goes, hey man, my name is Jim, just a few things about the apartment building. Park in your own spot, don't park in anybody else's spot. There's kids in the building, so keep the swearing to a minimum. And if you ever need some weed, hit me up. Like, fuck yeah, Jimbo. If you're ever down Gold Coast, guys, we're best mates now. We're in Southport on Scarborough Street. Support small businesses, eh? No, it's great. Like, when I moved to the Gold Coast, right, it's a different place. Like, I had to search for a rental apartment. And considering the property market, I had to settle for this apartment, and they charged me $20 extra on the rent every week because it's got a back deck. I don't fucking have a need for a back deck, right? Like, I work like from 4 o'clock in the morning to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I have no time. But now that I'm paying extra money to rent the back deck, I have this added pressure of using the back deck because I'm Indian and I want my money's worth. All right? So every time I go home after work, I just go straight to the back deck. Like, the kids in my neighborhoods, they'll ask their moms, they'll be like, what is that strange Indian man doing out in the rain? And their moms are like, maybe it's their culture, son. Maybe he's praying to the rain gods. Like, I don't know. They're all racist as fuck is all I'm saying. Nah, like, I'm under so much pressure now to use this back deck that I've started taking annual leave from work to use this back deck. Like, I call up work, I'm like, hey, I'm not coming into work tomorrow. They're like, why? I'm like, religious reasons. It's Ramadan. And they're like, aren't you Hindu? I was like, fuck off. Don't question me, huh? Like, they can't question me. Like, if I can call into, like, with this complexion, I can call into work to take a day off citing religious reasons at any point of time. If they question me, it's hate crime. Like, I'll report my manager to HR, and he'll get fired for racism. And the next time I go in, I'll be the manager. And I'll hire all my Indian cousins into the workplace. And that's how we really take your jobs, guys. No, it's great, it's great. I've learned a lot of new things after moving to Australia. It's a new country, I've met new people, I've learned about different cultures, right? Like, my learning actually started when I landed on the Brisbane airport. The guy who stamped my passport, the visa officer, said this one thing to me I'll never forget in my life. He said, welcome to the land of opportunities and safer skies. The next day I got swooped by a magpie, so fuck your safe skies. Put that on a brochure is all I'm saying. Like, before I met my wife, she's a lovely Indian lady. I was trying to date exclusively white women because I wanted to get back for colonization. Be a hero while you can, hey. And while I was doing that, I learned something. I learned that you girls, you're lovely, you're beautiful. Some of the most beautiful women I've ever met in my life, but you're into some weird shit sexually. And I was not ready for that culturally. I'll give you an example. I was on this one date. Everything was going well, so we went back to her place, and she started talking dirty to me. She was like, I've been a really naughty girl. What are you going to do to me? I was like, look, you're white. I'm on a visa. I'm not going to do shit. That's not how tonight's gonna work. Now we're getting into it, night goes on, we're getting into it, and then she was like, I want you to tie me up and spank my ass while you fuck me. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's assault and battery. those are grounds for deportation. If there's somebody from immigration hiding in this room, I need to know. I know my fucking rights, all right? That's great. Learned so many new things, guys. I've learned that I can feed my whole family for $5 a day because World Vision told me that. Yeah, they came knocking on my door. Michael from World Vision, this is his whole spiel, right? He's like, mate, do you drink coffee? I was like, of course. Do you think I'm a lunatic? And he's like, how much money would you be spending each day on coffee, mate? I was like, I don't know, $5 to $7 a day. And he goes, did you know that you can feed a whole Indian family for $5 a day? And I was like, mate, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I've been paying full price until now. So is there something on Centrelink that I'm not aware of? Like, what's the deal, man? Tell me. I don't know if you can notice this or not, but I'm a pretty fat person. I'm wearing this shirt, it's slimming. My wife said that, fuck off. But like I've noticed this thing, when people notice that you're fat, they give you unsolicited advice on how to lose weight and shit. Like I was in Surfer's Paradise the other night because I'm killing it in life. And I had this homeless looking dude, he came up to me. I say homeless looking because I did not gauge that in that 2-minute conversation whether he was actually homeless. But he comes up to me and he goes, hey man, you know what you should do to lose weight? And I was like, obviously not. And he goes, all you need to do to lose weight is eat healthier. I was like, everybody in the world fucking knows that. That's not a fucking secret, all right? So, like, I know that I need to eat healthier, sleep better, go for a run. That's how I'll lose weight, right? There's other things, there's mental health issues and stuff attached to it that you need to address. And he's like, no, just listen to me. Just eat healthier. And that logic makes no fucking sense to me, right? But with that logic, I can train the Australian swim team tomorrow. Because all you gotta do is swim faster. And they'd be like, what about the strokes, the technique? I'm like, no, just listen to me. Just swim faster. That's been my time, guys. I've been Sandeep. Have a good night.